So we swung by the mobile home quick to start the door project over here. We have a closet that we need to install the door on. So you can tell by this door that's almost touching the ceiling that these doors are entirely too large for this house. So we have to cut them down a couple inches to make them fit into these openings. That's what I'm going to be working on. We're just going to cut it, paint the ends, and we're going to leave because it's hot today. We're not going to stick around and overdo it. We're just going to let that paint dry. Next time, we'll put it on our door stand to get the whole door painted and installed.
Okay. Screwdriver?
Yep. So first we have to separate the door from the jamb so we can cut them separately. It'll be easier that way. Don't shake it yet. Let me get to where I'm in a better position. Okay, let's just set it on the ground. Now I'm going to go ahead, get this measured up. Okay. Okay. All right, that looks good. I went ahead, painted both ends of the door and the top half of the door jamb. This gets us a head start. Next time, after this dry, we can flip it over. We can do the second side of the jamb, the back side, and we'll get the rest of the door painted. The door ends are dry, so we're gonna get it set right up on our stand. Maybe we're gonna regret this, but we're gonna be painting it indoors because the door is gonna need time to dry, and I don't wanna trust leaving it outside today.
Are you doing it this way?
Just set it on the floor right there. We're good. Okay. Hold on. Let me just get it situated. Okay. So there it is, our simple frame so that we can paint the front and back of the door all at once, and we only needed the ends done because as you can see now they're covered. We have to clean this door off, so let me rub it down, get it clean. We're gonna come right into painting. You guys know we're doing our doors black. All right, we have the first coat of paint on the door, and we have the door jamb painted on the inside. So we're looking good. We're gonna leave, give that time to dry so that we don't get impatient. It will need a second coat, but we're nearly there. Well guys, we made it back home, and I decided I'm gonna keep working on the back porch here because you can see on the inside of the back porch, the wall still isn't finished. Let me scrounge through my pile of scrap, see what we have. If I can find a couple of panels to frame out around the door, then I think we can finish a special project today. I can't wait to show you. So let's see what we have to work with. Okay, I'm kind of making this up as I go. I know it might seem weird to just have a panel plopped like that, but I think it'll look good when it's all finished out. So let me keep going with that. I need another panel for over here in the corner. I should have, you know, in hindsight, I don't know why I'm rushing this. I should have painted these edges before putting this up here. I have to slow down. So now, we've made a decision that we're going to be painting this all white in here. It might not match the room, but all of this is white. You see all these panels, all of this is white. So it'll just go along with the outer part. Can you hit the end of that? Seal it up. This one's dry already. Basically.
Good.
Now to just finish it off, make it look a little nicer. Is that pushing it? I don't want to get paint on me.
You hold it and I'll paint both sides, okay?
Yeah, I think only one, like, we can caulk it and then we'll just touch it up with some paintbrush on the edge.
Okay, so one side then.
we're doing this job a little bit chaotically, I think. We're
just winging it.
We're just painting, installing, any order,
Yep.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That doesn't look too bad.
Okay, now we'll hit that with paint.
No, we're gonna caulk.
You don't want the face painted?
We'll caulk first and then.
Pound this one in.
Oop! Let me go down here and work up that. Got carried away at the bottom. Well guys, we've made some more progress on getting this wall tidied up. After we caulked all the trim, waited for that to dry, and got a coat of paint on all the trim work, second coat on the panels, and I still want another trim piece on the top. We have to trim the ceiling because there's a little crack there, but then also where the top of those panels are. I want to do a trim piece that goes across the whole room and kind of hide the top of the panels because they look a little unfinished, just like that. So I'll work on that later, but for now, look at progress made. But we're not done with the wall. I have a little surprise, a little side project that we're going to add to this. You know that we plan on adding window screen to these walls so that it can be a screened in porch. And that means our cats won't be able to come up here and relax where they like to sit. So we're going to be installing a cat door. So I have a template here. I'm going to figure out where I want the door. We have to find the shoulder height of the cats. So let me get a cat over here. Okay. So you're a cat, right? I need a shoulder height. Where's the shoulder? Up here?
Mm-hmm. About 10.
10 inches? And,
Yeah.
And he's going to grow a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So we've decided to put it pretty low on the wall. Shoulder height of the cats, right here. And that's going to be the cutout. Oh, that hole's pretty oversized. I'm surprised. Now we have to, figure out where the door on the other side's going to be and cut it. There's supposed to be a template, like a jig that you put in here, a cardboard, and it helps you, find where you need to cut, but I lost it. So, we're just going to wing it, and I'll be back when we're ready to cut the other side. Wow. I went ahead and painted all my cut edges just to be extra safe. And here's the cat door. I know it kind of looks sloppy. I already got some paint on it. I didn't know I had paint on my finger and I touched it. But that's the one half of it. It's gonna go in there. I'm gonna seal the top of it with some siding sealant just to make sure that water can't get down inside the wall here. I'll do my best. And I think I'll go down the sides, around the screws. And I don't think I'm going to do the bottom. I'll fill up that little gap so bugs can't crawl in there. But that way, you know, if moisture is in there, it can get out. Let's hope I don't mess this up. Squish that in.
Now check that and make sure this is the same now too.
Okay. We actually moved a little, 4 3/16, but we can make that work. 3, 3, hold it. I touched this with paint on my finger, it's annoying.
You should caulk up here so it can't get in at all.
Yeah. I have caulk behind there, but I wish I could pull that in even tighter. Alright, let's get something to clean the siding with. Maybe I'll just touch it up with some paint. What do you say?
Yeah. Next time we're painting, we'll touch that up.
Now the other side of this cat door, I took the flap off. So it is supposed to be having 2 flaps. I just took it off. I'll explain that in a minute. But let's just see.
This side doesn't need caulk.
Let me just put a little bit up here. Just if we ever had, for some reason, water running down the wall.
Okay.
I just don't want it getting in here. There. I don't want to see gaps. It'll be full of dirt and dust. Well, aside from a little bit of paint touch-up work that we're going to have to do to clean up the caulk, I think we're done with the cat door. Look how cool this looks with the wide steps going up to the big door and the little door. So it's kind of like, you get it. It came out better than I expected and it looks really good. And it's going to be hard to test it right now. I'd love to see if the cats can use it. But the problem is that the cats can slip through any one of these grates. So I don't know if we're going to convince them to go through there, even if the door was closed. But once the screens are up, then they'll have to use it. And they'll be able to come and go as they please. And now the reason I took off the flap on the inside was because since this porch is just an open porch, I'm not worried about weatherproofing where the 2 flaps help keep the heat and cool, separated. And I wanted to make it as easy as possible for the cats to come in and out so they can get used to this system because they've never gone through a cat door before. So with only 1 flap, there's only 1 barrier to push through and they can see and come straight in. Especially since they have to come up the steps to get in. It's kind of a high step up and through this door and I don't want to make it tricky. So I took off the inner flap to make it easy for them, but that should keep the bugs out and should keep the frogs out. That's all we want to do is keep stuff out of here. If we ever want to, it's easy to put that flap back on there. It just screws on with a few screws. And if we ever need to, it does come with this little security door which slides on here and to lock it. So if we want to keep the cats on the porch or out of the porch, which we shouldn't need to ever, but if we want to keep wild animals out or whatever, we can close it up. And we still have time to get back to the mobile home and do the second coat of paint on the door. It looks really awesome. When I first came in the house, I looked down in here and I literally thought there was a TV sitting there. Isn't that weird looking? It's so black. Up close though, it's really uneven, blotchy, spotty. We're just gonna do it. It's probably 100 degrees in here.
It's probably 110.
And so we're not gonna stick around. Second coat, and then we're done for the day. And then next time we come, it'll be dry and ready to put back together and install. It's going over there in the closet.
From home.
Wow, that is so black.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes it look clean. I can't even see it. All right, we have 2 coats finished. Front and back of the door, and I did another coat around the frame, which is precariously just standing there. Is that the right word? We're gonna leave it like that, and it shouldn't tip over if nothing happens. And then this is gonna dry. We'll be back another day to install these. But I guess, does this creeper have to be creeping here?
Me?
So with that, I guess we're gonna wrap this day up, right? Are we done?
We're done.
Okay. So I think that's all there is to share today. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.
Bye.